Hello everyone and welcome back to the Belgian Beer Brothers channel. This is day 9 technically, and actually it is the 11th. I have been out sick for 2 days. I had a serious case of gastritis and food poisoning, which was a first for me in about 20 years. So let's hope it wasn't the beers. No, just kidding, of course. It wasn't the beers. But I am very excited to keep going with this advent calendar. I am behind 2 beers now, so I'm gonna do 2 beers today. I'm gonna split it up in 2 videos because I don't want to risk drinking what could potentially be a liter of beer in about a 20-minute video, because I do tend to make these videos about 10 minutes per beer. Yeah, what can I say? Let's dive right in. I haven't had the chance to research anything actually, so it's gonna be a surprise for me as well. Now, I did see the 9 was all the way down here. Let's open this bad boy up. Was number 9 right? Yeah, number 8 was Arctic Summer. I see a lot of paper clippings, so probably be a bottle. Ooh. There we go. Let's leave that right there. That's a blank cap, so it's another Brussels beer project. Beer. Epervier, Belgian IPA. Now, as I told you guys before, my French is downright horrible. But as I see this label, I am going to guess, and of course I'll enlarge the label somewhere around here. I'm gonna guess that this is a Hawk. Epervier would be French for Hawk then. It is a beautiful label. I like how simple and calm it is with the ink blots and suggesting the hawk moving forward to catch his prey. What does this have in it? Pils and Golden Promise malt. Okay, so it will be quite light. I see an EBC of 14. Okay, pale blonde has about 6 till 9, so 14 isn't super pale. And it has Barbe Rouge and Citra hops. Now, we have heard about Citra quite often this week. It's a very popular hop the last, let's say, 5, 6, 7 years. And Barbe Rouge, I have heard of. I haven't worked with it. I think I have drank it before. But I do remember reading about it, and I think it's somewhat citrusy and sweet, exotic fruits. But of course this beer can prove me wrong in a minute, because I really don't tend to remember everything I read. I wish. Oh, Mardos, houblon, sucre, levure, water. Yeah, so barley malt, hop, sugar, yeast. What does this say? La Source Beer Co., which is also a rather young brewery, not so far from the Brussels Beer Company, so it's logical that they're in this box. I do believe they're quite a young brewery. Actually, I can't say. But I do know that they pump out a lot of beers. They have a lot of releases. And from what I've heard, I haven't drank many of them, if I have any. But I have heard only good things about these guys, so yeah, Brussels Bar and Brewery, fresh beers served from the tank, as they should be. Especially if you make a lot of IPAs, drink an IPA as fresh as possible, and if you can drink it out of the tank, it's awesome. I once drank an Alanche, a very, very hoppy tropical IPA from Antwerp Brewing Company. I have talked about those guys earlier this week, and I drank it one from the bottle and one straight from the tank, and yeah, even with those 3-4 weeks of difference, it's worlds apart. Probably also a little bit in the head there, but okay, so I'm very, very curious. It seems to be slightly hazy, but not that much. I don't see much residue in the bottle, tiny little bit from laying down. And I am intrigued by the combination of Citra and Barbe Rouge, because that's citrusy and citrusy. So I do know the Citra is rather aggressive, the Barbe Rouge is more subtle, more sweety, fruity, so yeah, could be an exotic, citrusy, aggressive, or tempered aggressive flavor. Let's check it out. If I find my bottle opener here, I should really get a tiny container for my caps. Oh, that's very aromatic, and I do smell the citrusy part. Yeah, maybe not necessarily the Citra, but yeah, maybe. But very much the exotic part. I do get a lot of exotic fruit, star fruit maybe. A hint of pineapple. So let's see what it does when we pour it. Beautiful head of foam. Yeah, slightly hazy, and it's a more gold orangey yellow. I would have expected it a bit paler even. A lot of tiny bubbles. Pure from the looks of it, this is already a beer that would score quite high on my charts. Even though it is yet another IPA. I'm not the biggest IPA fan, but there's nothing wrong with IPAs. I still like them. The foam is slightly regressing, but yeah, keeping quite well. So let's dive right in, right? Ooh, very aromatic. Reminds me a bit of the Nalu energy drink. Oh, that's surprising. I got the scent of pineapple, but the taste is more bitter, more, yeah, how can I say this, resiny, maybe a bit more pine cone actually. This is more of a wintry IPA. It's quite a bit fuller when it comes to mouthfeel. I know I have complained about getting quite thin beers the past 8 days. This is a lot more full, probably because it's a bit more carbonated, or it feels a bit more carbonated. Again, foam is still standing ground pretty well. A good centimeter left. And I still get the exotic fruit, more or less. The Citra is absolutely not coming on strong here. Oh yeah, this is very enjoyable. And I think if you get this with some hearty food, maybe a bit of salty combination, like in game season, or get some nice hearty a meat rack with some cranberry sauce or something, and then this on top should fit right in. It's also a bit dry in the aftertaste, and yeah, I already said like 10 times that I love saisons. I like the dried, fermented, very far fermented beers with not a lot of sugar left. And this is a good example, even though it's not a saison or a farmhouse ale. It's yeah, quite well fermented. It's not that sweet. It smells sweet. It doesn't taste sweet. It's a bit dry, not to say sour, but dry, heavy, but you still get the sweet scent. It's a great combination. It's a very, very well balanced beer. I'd say my compliments to the chef or to the brewer. And this really does confirm that La Source is a great brewery based on this one beer alone. Yeah, I'd love to taste their other beers. So I'm gonna write those down in my little book of breweries to keep an eye on. I do think it's rather funny that I have a bottle with a bird here, and to get to that I had to pry out a whole bird's nest. But that's maybe my twisted sense of humor. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at this, guys. I'm very, very happy I had a La Source beer. Although that does mean I'm gonna have to try all their other beers now, because I am very impressed. This does not play well into my drinking habits, but hey, who cares, right? I'm gonna enjoy this a little further. I'm gonna work a bit more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So cheers, you guys.